Also, I should probably mention they're doing construction next door, or like directly behind that window right there. So if you hear some like jackhammers, and is that what they're called? Like jackhammers? I live across the street from a cemetery, and I think they're doing some construction on it. I don't know. I don't know. Just my life. Just my life. I just live across the street from a cemetery. It's no big deal. It's fine. It's fine. Super safe. Super not creepy. Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day look tutorial for you, and it's this look right here. I really wanted to do like a smoked out liner with a really bold lip and make it kind of like a sultry, sexy Valentine's Day look. I know that like pink and red are the typical like Valentine's Day colors. I was thinking about doing something with like a bright pink eyeliner, but then I like ditched that idea because I feel like you want to be more like sexy on Valentine's and like less cute. For this look, I used this palette by Kat Von D. It is the Shade and Light Eye palette. It came out a while ago. If you haven't picked it up, I definitely suggest that you do. It's just all matte colors and it's so pretty. Oh my god, I'm like obsessed with it. And while I was using it for this video, I was like, why don't I use this like more than, I don't know. I rarely use it, but I need to start like making more looks with it because it's just so pretty. I think it flatters everybody, and my mom has this. So my mom like doesn't wear eyeshadow or doesn't have eyeshadow palettes. This is probably the first eyeshadow palette she's ever owned. But yeah, I mean, if that says like how good this palette is, even she has it. So yeah. If you guys would like to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is my first time filming a tutorial in my new apartment. So I zoomed you guys in as much as I could. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't really figured out how to get like the lighting right and everything like that in this new apartment. So yeah, just bear with me. But I'm gonna use like my little mirror and hopefully you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. First, I already have primed my eye. Well, I've already done this eye, of course, but first, I've already primed this eye with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and then I just went in with a brush with this color from the palette right here, and then I just like set the paint pot. And so yeah, and then of course I've already put tape on my eye. So first we're going to go in with this color right here. It's going to be our first transition shade. I'm just going to take like a blending brush, and then I'm going to put this in the crease and then a little bit above the crease. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Okay. So I chose that color because I want this to be like a pretty warm look, even though we are smoking out a black liner, and obviously black is not a very warm color. I still do want this to be like pretty warm, so that's why I'm going in with this color as my transition shade. And then I'm going to go in with this color. We kind of have like 3 transition shades for this, so it's just going to make it blend a little bit easier. So I'm going to go in with that brown color, and then I'm just going to put that more so on the edge of my eye. I'm now going to take this angled brush, if you can see, that I got from Sephora, and then I'm going to go in with, this is what I think is like the most important color, because this is really going to make it look like it's actually like being smoked out. Like it's going to make it look like it's transitioning into a lighter shade. So I'm going to take this really pretty color right here. It's like a very warm, like red. Very warm, like brick red kind of color. I don't know how you would describe it, but now I'm just going to run this like along the tape and then along my lash line just a little bit. I'm not going to go all the way in to the inner tear duct. I'm just going to put this along the tape and then just like a little bit, can you guys see? Okay. And then just a little bit above the lash line. And then I'm just going to go in back with my blending brush. I'm not going to add any product to it. And then I'm just going to blend it out just a little bit, but don't blend it out too much because since we're working really close to the lash line, you want this color to stay pretty close to the lash line just so that it looks more smoked out. Because when you're smoking out the liner, you just want it to stay like really close to the liner, but still look blended. Okay. So now that we have that, I am going to take my pencil brush from MAC. It's the MAC 219. Then I'm going to go in with this black color here. You can't even see it. It like matches the palette. It's a super black. super, super dark. So, oh, and don't mind my breakouts on my chin. I tried to cover them up a little bit with concealer before I sat down to film, but it's kind of hard to cover right now. Okay, and so we're gonna basically put this on, like pretty much on the tape and very, very, very close to the lash line. We're gonna use this eyeshadow pretty much as eyeliner. So, I'm gonna put it pretty close to the lash line. And once again, I'm not gonna go all the way into the inner tear duct because, I don't know, I never really put liner on my, like all the way in. I don't know why, it's just, I don't think it looks good on me, so I never do it. So basically we're just going to, basically we're making like a winged liner just with the shadow. We're just not doing it with actual liner. And then, yeah. So now we really want to blend that out. So now I'm going to go back in with my original blending brush that I used for the transition shade. I'm not going to add any product to it. I'm just going to blend it just a little bit, but remember, keep it really close to the lash line and really close to the tape. So I'm basically like blending it on the tape, like doing it downwards so that it doesn't look like we have a black eye, because we want to still make it look like it's a smoked out liner. Okay. And then if you felt like you kind of lost that like burnt red color that we were using, you can put like a little more on it and then go back in with the black. If you felt like you lost a little bit of the black as well. Now I'm just gonna blend it out again. So yeah, just play around with it. I know this look can be like super frustrating because when I first did it, like it looked horrible, but I just kept practicing it until I got it to look the way that I wanted to. Okay. So now if you feel comfortable with that and you got it to look the way that you wanted to, I am going to go in with this color right here, this like white-ish color, and then, oops, I just dug my nail into it. Oh God, I hate it when that happens. Okay, and then now I'm just going to take an eyeshadow brush, and then I'm going to put this like kind of on the inner part of my eye. This is a really big brush to be using. I should be using a smaller one, but it's just what I had right in front of me. So I'm going to put this on the inner corner of my eye and then a little bit, like kind of halfway up onto my lid. I'm just trying to brighten the inner part of my eye. And so once again, if you feel like you lost like some color, you can always go back in with the burnt red and with the black. Okay, so now that that's pretty much done, we are going to go in with our liner. I'm going to use the Inglot liner in the number 77. It's just their black liner. And then I'm just going to take a small angled brush that I got at Target. This is by e.l.f. It is the small angled brush. That's what it's called. Okay, so I'm going to dip this into the liner. And then, where's my mirror? Oh, here it is. Okay, so let me try to get really close for this so that everybody can see better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a very, very, very small line right next to the tape. I'm not going to do like the typical wing where you actually like start from big and then gradually like wing out to like a point. I'm not going to do that at all. I'm just going to put a really tiny line right there, if you guys can see. It's just literally right on the tape. Like I said, I'm not actually doing a wing. And then I'm going to bring it up to my actual eyelid. And keep it as close to the lash line as you can. So yeah, we don't really want it to show that much because we want our fade, like our smoke, to show more than the liner. And of course I feel like this eye came out way better than that eye, but that's just how it goes. So now we take off the tape, and yeah. And if anything, like right here I have some fallout that came like down onto my actual face, and you can just clean that up with a makeup wipe. So yeah. Now I'm going to put on some mascara, and then later of course I'm going to put on, I should probably use a mirror. Later, I'm going to put on fake eyelashes, but for right now, I'm going to put on some mascara and then let it set so that our fake eyelashes look really good. And then I'm going to go in with Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Surprise, surprise, because it's my favorite. I absolutely love this mascara. Okay, so I'm going to do my face makeup off camera because I feel like that gets kind of boring and you guys have seen it like a million times. But if you haven't seen it, I will leave a video down below of my contour routine, and then that will show my full like face makeup. So yeah, I will be right back once I do my entire face, and then we'll come back on for lashes and lipstick. Okay, I am back. I have done my full face now, as you can see. I just squirted out a little bit of eyelash glue, and I'm just going to let it sit and become tacky so that I can put eyelashes on. And so right now I'm going to do the bottom of my eyes. So I'm just going to go in with this Define-A-Line Maybelline eyeliner in the color Brownish Black. I always use this for underneath my eyes, but I don't really recommend it because it does run a lot. I've just been using it for so long that I'm just used to it. It's kind of just like my go-to for underneath my eyes. So I don't know. I like it, but I don't think it's very popular. Like, I don't think very many people would like it because it's kind of hard to work with. But yeah, so anyways, I'm just going to take this and I'm not going to put it on my waterline. I'm just going to put it right beneath my lash line. On the other side, it has like this little thing that you can use to smudge it out. So I'm just going to smudge it out just a little. And then I'm going to go back in with the palette. And I'm going to go in with my... Okay. And I'm going to go in with that favorite color that I was using right here, this reddish color. And then I'm going to go in with the same brush that I was using as well, if I can find it. Okay. The Sephora like angled brush. And then I'm just going to dip it in there, tap off the excess, and then just use it a little bit along the lash line to make the bottom kind of like mirror the top. So just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. And now I'm going to go in with mascara. Perfect. Okay, now for eyelashes, I'm going to use the House of Lashes in the style Featherette. Surprise, surprise, because I use them all the time. I've mentioned before, they're my favorite eyelashes in the entire world. Like, I'm obsessed with them. I think they're perfect for my eyes. I think they really like flatter my eye shape. I think they make my eyes look like more, I don't know, like just like winged out kind of. I really like to use these. Sorry, I'm looking down because I'm peeling off the old glue from when I used them last. I love to use these ones, especially if I have a winged liner, because I feel like it accentuates it a lot more because they're flared at the end. I don't know. I can't say enough good things about these lashes. I'm just obsessed with them. So I'm going to dip the bottom of this brush in the glue and then put my lashes on. And if you haven't seen my video about my lashes, I will link it down below. I go into detail about like my favorite eyelashes and how I apply them, so I will link that so that you can see. Okay, so now that my lashes are on, I'm just gonna like let them dry a little bit. You can probably see like the glue when I look down, probably, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so for lips, I wanted to do like a really deep red because it's Valentine's Day, so we have to incorporate red somehow. So I'm going to go in with this Ofra lipstick. It's the Kathleen Lights collaboration and it's called Havana Nights. I got this at Generation Beauty and it's beautiful. Oh my god, I love it so much. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to put that on. And I'm not going to use a... Do you like that? Okay, and I'm not going to use a lip liner for this because it's pretty dark and I don't really like to use lip liners with liquid lipsticks. So I'm just going to put it on. I love this lipstick. It dries matte. It's amazing. And I feel right now, like in my viewfinder, it looks like it's black or like super dark, but it's not. It's a really, really, really pretty deep red. Yeah, so anyways, that is it for my Valentine's Day look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do not have a date, but if I did, I would be wearing this. I have to work on Valentine's Day night, so yeah. it sucks. But anyways, I'm probably gonna wear this to work though, just in the spirit of the holiday. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys liked it. As always, request videos down in the comments, and I would just love to hear what you think about this look. And yeah, so anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!